Hey guys, it's Nikki here with Buggles, your brand ambassador. And today we're going to do a quick one-stroke butterfly with a rainbow cake. I've had a lot of people that have been asking me for this tutorial, so we're going to do just something real super quick with the rainbow cake. It's a little bit different than what you get in your Buggles kit, but if you order 2 kits, you can make a rainbow cake. And once I get another kit in, I will go ahead and show you how to do one. Right now, this is the only kit that I have at the moment from them, so I don't want to rip it apart and start making split cakes from it because I need the colors in it to use for my regular designs. So we're going to just use a regular rainbow cake today, brand unknown. We're going to get a sponge, half sponge preferably, or you can use a petal sponge. Doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you. Get your sponge damp. You don't want it dripping. Remember we talked about stencils and how you didn't want your sponge really, really wet? Same thing goes for the cakes. You don't want your sponge dripping wet. You take your sponge. You're going to kind of squeeze it a little bit to make it fit in the cake. And you're going to rub it back and forth to pick up all those colors. This sponge is a little soft for my liking. If you're gonna buy sponges, I do prefer the black sponges. I believe Cryoline makes them. Those are my favorite because they're nice and hard and they're easier for me to work with. This one's a little bit more difficult because it's so super soft. You do get sponges in your kit, but they're so small that you can't do a whole rainbow cake. You could do a one stroke, but not a rainbow. So you just want to make sure you get all your colors picked up on there. Like that. We're going to get our mirror. And you're going to go from the corner of the eye up. I think I want the purple on the outside. And you're going to press that color into the skin and move the sponge up and down like this to get color off the sponge and onto the skin all the way around. Like that. And again, I have a very short forehead, so you can't see the top colors that great. They kind of go in my hairline. Then we are going to re-dampen our sponge. You can use a spray bottle to do that, however you like. Then I'm going to reload my sponge because we have to do the bottom wing. Again, you want to keep your purple on the outside. For the bottom wing, I'm kind of going to smush the sponge a little bit like this. And I'm going to take it from the corner of the eye out and move my color up like this. Just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our trusty number 4 round. Your number 4 round, and we're going to get it nice and wet. Then we're going to go into some black paint. Don't have to use black paint, but I prefer black paint. We're going to go into our Buggles black. Get it nice and worked up. Get your brush loaded really well. Then I'm going to start here in the corner. And I'm going to outline and bring it out like that. Then I'm going to lay my brush down flat, wiggle, and bring it up and draw a really thin line. Reload my brush. I'm going to take a very thin line up, lay my brush, and a thin line down. Reload my brush. You may be able to do it a couple times without reloading, but I like to have my brush nice and loaded. Thin line up, lay down and wiggle, down, up, down and wiggle, and down. And that's going to be your top butterfly. This is just a quick, simple one. You can change your line work up. You can make swirls and curls and dots and do whatever you want to that line work. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be whatever you want it to be. For the bottom, I'm going to start here and come down with a very thin line, lay it flat and pull it up. Thin line, flatten up. And one more into the center there like that. Then I'm going to come off of this line and I'm going to pull down a little swirl right there. Just like that. Now, go ahead and get that brush cleaned off or grab a new brush, however you like to work. And we're going to go into our white paint, white buggles paint, or whatever brand that you're using. Hopefully you're using the buggles brand. We're going to load that brush up really good. And we're going to do some dots. So we actually want to load the brush really, really well. If you remember the first video about dots, if you're doing dots, you kind of want the brush a little bit more wet than you normally would for line work or anything else. It just comes off the brush so much nicer and fills in the dot better. So load that up, a little bit wet, not dripping, don't make it drip. I'm just going to throw a couple dots right on the outside. Just like that for contrast. You can do a few coming up. However you like. And I'm going to do a quick teardrop in this empty space right here. A couple quick teardrops in that empty little space. I'm going to go back to my black, and we're going to draw our body in. Now this is just a half face. You can do this full face if you like. You just do the opposite thing on the other side. Make sure you always turn your sponge around though, because if you come from here and go here, you got to make sure the colors all match up. Always make sure your colors match up. Same thing, you'll come here, come down, squish in a little bit, and pull it up. And then you'll go ahead and do your outline the same way you did on this side. For your body, you can do it many different ways. I like to do teardrop style. I lay my brush, come down, lift up. Since we're doing a half a face, I kept the body over this way towards where the actual wing is. And then I'm actually going to make the antenna come out that way. Now you can add your glitter, you can add whatever you like into that to make it look as fancy or as pretty as you want. But this design should actually take you about 3 to 4 minutes on the job if you're new. If you're seasoned, it should take you about 2 to 3 minutes. It usually takes me about 2 to 3 minutes on the job. Obviously a little bit longer if I'm showing you how to do it, but there we are. Much better lighting today, so I'm pretty sure you guys can see it pretty well compared to the last video. So, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Check out my page, Nicole Grayson, MUA1 on Facebook, or NicoleGraysonMUA.com is my website. Check out the buggles website, and check out my group on Facebook, Confidence in Paint, for professional face painters. See you guys. Thanks for watching.